I just want to take you on a little note, which says the steps involved in the local production of Garri. As you can see, I'm doing the first steps, which is removing the epicap and the mesocap from the cassava stem. This is the epicap and this is the mesocap. You have to remove the epicap and the mesocap for you to have the whitish part of the cassava, which is the fruit. And that is the one you will use for the production of the Garri. I'm already removing the epicap and the mesocap. These are the ones I've already removing those ones from, which is ready to be washed and to be blended for further processing. The work is still ongoing. I'm still removing it so that I will have more to make it bulky for me to grind. As time goes on, you will see other steps involved in the production of this Garri. You can see this is another phase, which is the washing, to remove the dirt from the cassava. These are the ones that I've washed already, which is ready for blending. After this stage, we will blend it, then put it in a sack, which will be tied for some of the water to drain, so that we can put it in frying pan and fry it. As you can see now, I'm washing it in a big basin and water, so that it can be clean and good for human consumption, so that it will not be harmful to health too. See on the processing processes, this is the cassava that already been blended. So now I'm putting it into the bag so that I can tie it and the water will go away from it. Then I can pick it for frying. As you can see, I'm putting them into the bag, pushing them bit by bit into the sack, forcing them to enter, so that after now I can tie it, remove the water, then take it for frying. It requires a lot of human strength, like you need a lot of energy for you to do this work. As you can see, when I started earlier, the work is not easy. It's very stressful, and it takes a lot of time for you to process Garri in a local way. But in this video, it will help you to know that the work is not an easy one, and by so doing, the video can also assist you to do yours. Okay, now the work of putting the Garri in the bag has been concluded. So now I'm going for the process of tying, so that the water will go out. I have to cut a little stick, put it on top of the bag, tie it, then turn it, so that there won't be space in the bag. The Garri will occupy just every part of the bag. As you can see, I'm turning it bit by bit, so that there will be no space for the Garri. Everywhere in the bag will be filled by the Garri. So now it's ready to be tied. What I have to do is to get some sticks, put it on it. Okay, now I've taken my stick, I'm putting it on the Garri, so that I can tie it for the water to go out. Then there is a little chain here, which has been made locally for the stick to be infused in. Then you can press it a little, use your rope, then start tying it bit by bit, applying forces that will make the stick to compress the Garri, so that the water will go out. Put more effort, put more strength, keep pushing. So you can see the Garri fell because my strength wasn't enough to control it, but by the grace of God, I fixed it. So now the first stick has been tied. So now I'm putting the second one. You put it still in the locally made chain.
You tie it, put your rope again, turn it, you put it again, turn it, then you compress it with your hand. Compress it. You continue to compress till it has gotten to the elastic limit. Then you stop. You hang it somewhere around the already tied ropes. You pick another stick. You put it in the chain. Then you compress. Compress. You pick your rope, pass it around the stick. You pass it again. Then you start applying your forces. Push it down. Continue to push it down so that the water can go out of the garri. So as for now, the process of bagging and tying has been concluded. After you must have removing the sticks that I was used in tying the garri, then you have to open the sacks a bit wide for you to see the garri that already been grounded. So what you have to do is to remove them bit by bit, put it into the basin so that you can take it to where you will filter them. Then it can then be fried. As you can see, this is the already grinded ones. I'm removing it from the sacks so that I can go and grind them. You can see it's very clean because I washed them thoroughly with clean water, remove the dirt that was on it so that it will not be harmful to health. So with these little things that I'm doing, you'll be able to know how to process garri in a local way, and you will likely see all the stress involved in producing garri locally. That's why if garri is very costly, maybe we the local producers will not be so unhappy. Like, we'll be very happy that the price of garri is going very high because the stress involved is too much. From the work I started earlier, you will see that the stress is even much more. So after you must have removing them from the bag where the water can be drained properly, you put them on a filter. You add little strength bit by bit, moving your hands front and back so that the garri that will be used can penetrate through the filter, then go into the big basin. So as you can see, I'm doing them bit by bit, moving my hands front and back little by little so that I can have the one I will fry. So after much work of filtration, here is some of the ones that are filtered, which is ready to be fried. Then from now onward, I can proceed further for the frying process. The ones I'm doing now is the filtering process. So if you want to learn, you can come, I will teach you. So the work involved in the processing of garri is very much. So locally, we do it this way for you and I to have garri to eat. Okay, now the frying process is the one I'm doing now. Before you start, you have to put a little garri in the frying pan. Then you go to the basin, you take the one that is already filtered, put it in the frying pan, then keep stirring it. You continue to stir till it will be okay for you to add another one that has been filtered. You go back to the basin, you pick another one, put it in the frying pan, you keep stirring, continue to stir till it will mix, everything will be okay. You keep stirring, continue to turn with this local calabash. You continue to stir, keep stirring. If the fire is going down, the flames is going down, you put more firewood, kindle the fire to be hot, then continue stirring. You continue to stir
Garri, pause. Okay, you continue to stir till everything got mixed and it's okay for you to add the red oil, which will make it to be yellowish in color. Then you can pick the oil, take a little teaspoon, then add the little oil. You use the little calabash, then press it, turn it well, continue to stir, and gradually the garri will be changing from white to yellow. As you can see, that's actually what I've done. The garri is now changing from white to yellow. You continue to stir, keep stirring with the little calabash. The garri will be changing. You can see the color is changing gradually. It will be changing gradually till it will turn entirely to yellow. Just look, I'm stirring it for more, stirring it more for it to change. If it refuses to change to yellow completely, you can pick the oil again, add a little quantity of the oil, then press it well with the calabash plate again. Continue to stir, 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 and it will completely change to yellow. You can see it now, it has changed to yellow. It has changed to yellow. The garri is now in a little process, like in a little time it will be ready for consumption. Since you can't continue to use the little calabash in stirring it because the fire will be much, then you will look for a little stick in a cross form. You put it in the garri, continue to stir, you continue to stir, you continue to stir. So you continue to stir. As you can see, I'm putting the fire more and more, putting more firewood so that the fire will be much. The fire will give me what I want so that I can do it fast for other people to come in for the processing. So now you continue to stir till the garri will become dry, so that it won't get spoiled, it won't be damp in some days. You continue stirring till when you notice that the garri has dried completely, you can then remove the stick, take the little calabash again, put it in the garri, stir it for a while. You continue stirring till the garri is completely dried. Then you can see it's completely dried. It's now ready for consumption. Now it won't be harmful to any health again. You can either sip it or you use hot water in baking, or you chew it raw. At least garri is now ready for consumption. Look at it. That is just the processes involved in garri processing. Now I'm removing it from the fry pan into a little bucket so that I can take it to where I will pour it on a flat cloth. Then it can hold for a while. Then you can put it into a bag, then keep it for future use or for sale. Thank you very much. Just like and comment on the page. Never forget, subscribe to We Move and Spread News. Thank you very much for your cooperation.